We are back once again, Penn State, Nittany Lions live on the Voice of College Football Network.
Yes, kids.
We're sitting, quarter of the season's over.
It's crazy to think.
3-0, just what you'd expect with the schedule. Relatively healthy, which is all we could have asked for.
Loving that. Coming through the 3 weeks with injury free is just that's all you could ask for in this going into this next 2 weeks here.
The only thing, I did see on Twitter today that Deni Dennis Sutton did not practice. He was dressed but didn't practice.
Any speculation of what it is?
I'm hoping it's just rest. That's what I'm hoping. Maybe some bumps and bruises. They have played 3 games, so
There's definitely going to be some wear and tear already. No matter how you look at it, you're going to have some wear and tear on your body after that.
But yeah, I don't think it's anything major to worry about because he was fully dressed, fully padded up. So I don't think there's a big issue for that. But that was really the only thing that worrisome that's popped up on the timeline since the end of the game.
It will definitely be something we're going to put, a pin on and check back. But luckily, even if he's dealing with something, he's got all of this week to recover and all of next week. So if you're going to be coming up lame at any time, this would be a good time to do it.
Yeah, I feel like if you want to, be optimistic about the bye week, bye week's coming at a good time. You had the 3 games against lower opponents. Time to rest back up before you head into the Big Ten schedule. And you can self-scout from those first 3 weeks too.
100%. It's going to be a big time to look in, because as I said before, and I'll say it again, I think we're playing a cat and mouse game. I don't think that the offense is really trying to show their cards in the first 3 weeks. Let's just play football, run the fundamentals, and then come Oregon, I think you're going to see a little bit more razzle-dazzle, if you may.
I am here for being a little more explosive. If there's one thing that we've really lacked the first 3 games is explosiveness on the offensive side.
Yeah, there really hasn't been that wow factor at all. It's kind of just like they're going through the motions right now, and maybe that's by design. But I mean, fundamentally, everything looks good. But I'm still looking for that big wow play. I still haven't seen even in all 3 weeks. There hasn't been a play where I was like, wow, that was impressive.
Right. We've had special team plays like King Mack. He had the long kickoff return, and then.
Oh, I'm talking just about the offense in general. Obviously, I mean, interceptions from the defense, kick returns from the special team, but the offense still hasn't shown me that wow factor yet.
Right. Yeah, it's the only explosiveness has come from other places, which, hey, I'm not going to hate that either.
No, not at all.
I think if we're looking.
Go ahead.
Nope, you go ahead.
I was saying at the end of the day, as long as your defense and your special teams start strong, you can figure out your offense going forward. You need your defense to be locked in, and you need special teams to be locked in this situation. But luckily the offense has time now to work out the kinks, if you may.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the pleasant surprises so far this season is the high level the special teams has been playing at through the first 3 weeks, with Nwosu being the punter. How many people have punters that can kick at 72 yards?
That kid has got an absolute boot.
And then Ryan Barker's 9 for 10 on field goals. Probably about 5 more field goals than we'd like him to take, but
he's making them. That's
right.
He's making them.
He's putting points on the board. The only miss was the block at the end of the first half, which, he only can control so much there. And then we've also had, we touched on it, an explosive kickoff return. Punt return has been doing really well too. So it's all that stuff in the margins you see with special teams that is probably the most surprising thing about this team so far.
Yeah, and I think going into this week, We've said, that the strong suit of this team is their defense. I didn't expect to see the special teams play as well as they're playing, which is very pleasant to say nonetheless. But the offense still needs that work that, they have time now. They're going to be able to get into the lab, tinker with some things. But I also think you're going to see a different Penn State offense come next Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, Drew's completing passes at a 64% clip right now, which it would be his lowest, so lowest of his career. So I think it's just the little things, we're this close to being where we want to be.
We're good. We're not great yet.
Right.
We're good, but we need to see great.
Right. Great teams cover. We haven't covered a single game yet.
Yeah. And that is definitely, Vegas knows. There's a reason why they put those spreads there. So we're going to have to be a little weary of, I think the way I should say this is, I'm going to be very dependent on what that over-under line is for these games and stuff, because it's probably going to start going down.
Yeah, it should. Once we get into the Big Ten play next week, we should see those drop quite a bit because our defense is so good. And then, looking at Oregon's not too shabby themselves.
Well, we're 2 weeks out. Let's make our super early predictions here. Why don't you pull up the money line in the books on this game and see what it says, and maybe we'll break that down a little bit, and then we'll cross that path again next week. These are our way too early football predictions for Oregon, Penn State.
All right, looks like as of right now, you got to see who this is. It doesn't really matter who it's from. Penn State's a 4.5-point favorite.
Penn State +4 or Penn State
minus
-4.
Minus 4.5. Over under 52.5.
21. Wow, 52.5.
Yeah, so 20, 27, 24, 28, 24. That's not that crazy.
No, I guess that's not too crazy.
28, 24 is basically what they're predicting.
Well then, no, that's right on the. I'm still a believer in the under. The under has been my little nest egg this year, so I will stick with the under. But I've got it. Well, it depends on this offense, but I'm just going to say it right now. I think it's going to be Penn State 35, Penn State 28, Oregon 14.
All right, you're going 2 touchdown.
I think that defense just figures it out.
Gotcha. So my super early, I've been wrong every game this year. I've been too hopeful every game. Like, come in, hey, this is the week they show up. This is the week the offense puts it together. It hasn't worked out for me yet. So
it has not.
Maybe early I go like 21-17 Penn State.
That's okay. You're taking the under as well.
Go the opposite way, so then I'll be wrong again and we get a shootout.
Yeah, it'll be 35-28. And you're like, oh, great.
I am the king of being wrong.
Oh, get off of my under then. Get away from my under. Shoo. I don't need you screwing up my under streak right now.
Speaking of that offense, I mean, if you're looking, 3 people have really stood out in the passing game. Pena's leading the way with 166 receiving yards. Hudson's leading in receptions with 14. And Reynolds is right there with 13 and 142 yards. So I think there's a clear pecking order in that wide receiver room right now.
But the boys are all getting catches, though, which is good. It's not just Tyler Warren with 87 catches through 3 weeks, for example. Even though that guy is killing it in the NFL right now.
Yeah, he's definitely translating to the NFL game.
So this is what we talked about, though, is we wanted to see everybody. There may be a pecking order, but everyone's getting touches at the end of the day, which is really good for this offense going forward, I think, because you're going to want to be able to, move. You're going to move pieces around here, and if you have the ability to, take a guy who normally maybe doesn't play outside or put him in the slot or vice versa, you're going to be able to have a lot more opportunities for Drew.
Yeah, we have 9 guys right now with multiple receptions. So 9 guys with more than one reception. We have and Ross kind of missed the first 2 games essentially. So that's a factor in this too. And we really haven't got, besides Reynolds, and that was pretty much the last game, the tight ends really haven't got super involved.
No.
But I don't know if they will because of how we upgraded the receiver room.
There has been such a upgrade to the receiver room, as you say, that they're more there now as a safety valve than anything. Drew's going to try to, make that pass to the outside when he has the opportunity. It's not the Tyler Warren show anymore. So, these guys just, make your blocks, get out of your blocks, run your routes. You'll get the ball, you'll get it here and there, but we've got so many more weapons now on the outside than we did before. It's just a, what's the word I'm looking for here?
Cornucopia.
It's a feeding frenzy. I do like cornucopia, though. That was a good one. I like that one.
I pulled that one from deep. Like that one rattled around in the brain.
Allen gets to have a feeding frenzy back there. As long as that O-line stays up, though, that's my biggest concern going into this game. Is that Oregon off defensive line is massive. Those are some big boys right there. And, I've been saying I want to see people move earth. And, against Villanova and against FIU, we were not moving earth like I expected to.
No. And it's concerning. But also, speaking to that, like, we've kind of seen Katron is kind of, is he clear cut number 1 right now for running back? Where we've had the, 50-50 split. I feel like Katron might be RB1 right now and Singleton RB2.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be more like a RB1, RBA type situation, but no, it looks like Katron is like going, listen, if you're not going to carry the load, then I'll just get out front here and I'm going to take care of it. Because I haven't seen, to be honest, out of both running backs, I haven't seen a massive spark. But, I've seen more of a spark out of Katron than I have out of Nick.
Yeah, like Katron is averaging 8 yards a carry compared to Nick's 4.4 yards a carry.
That's a problem. 4.4 is not bad, but 8 is a lot better.
Right. And kind of surprising, Pena, the receiver, he's gotten 5 carries already this year, averaging 9 yards a carry. So, getting him out on the jet sweeps and getting him out in space has proven to be another arm of our rushing attack.
Which is fun to see, too. I'm a big fan of jet sweeps, end arounds, things of that nature. It's no difference than running a toss, except now you get to go, you're starting at full speed, which I think is just more of a convenient factor there. And Pena's got wheels. He can move. He can wheel and deal. Not only does he have moves, but he's quick. He's got a good first step when he's trying to he make a man miss. And that's what you really just need when these receivers are running those sweeps and stuff, is just make a man miss and get us some yards and don't fumble the ball.
Yeah, get anybody with athleticism in space and just let them go create something.
Let them work, exactly.
Moving on to the Ducks. If you look, they're running the ball really good on offense.
Yeah.
Through 3 games, they have 741 rushing yards and averaging 7 yards a carry.
Oh my God.
13 touchdowns.
13 rushing touchdowns?
Yeah, in 3 games.
There's so many rushing touchdowns.
They got 4 running backs with multiple touchdowns.
Oh, so they're just literally running back by committee there.
It looks like they have 4 guys that they're just like, they got a stable. their stable might be deeper than our stable.
It sounded like it.
They got a running back, Hill, with 161 yards rushing, Withington with 159 yards rushing, Lamar with 145 yards rushing, and then they have Davison, who has 5 touchdowns on 13 carries.
They are literally just running a rotation of running backs.
Yeah, they are going to keep their horses fresh. Where I think we're going to lean heavy on Catron and just have Nick kind of spell him from time to time.
I think you're definitely going to see that too. If all of this season is indicative going into that game, I think you're going to see a lot of that. But it's just that, oh my gosh, those 3 running backs, literally, what was it? 160, 159, 142. Those are, I mean, they're almost right on top of each other.
Yeah. 3 guys with that much production is kind of crazy. And the 7 yards per carry, like, you're getting it in chunks.
That's a testament to the offensive line, though, more than it is the running backs. That's just, if you're getting holes, if you're opening up holes. I mean, hell, you and I could run through a couple of the holes I've seen from these guys opening them up. I'm good for 4.
Yeah, they're breaking big ones. They have a 66-yard, 59-yard, 53-yard, couple 25-yarders. Like they're breaking these off routinely right now.
I think that's going to be the number one thing to watch in this game, is because I've been so impressed with the defensive line. I think you're just going to want to watch what's going on in the trenches all day on next Saturday, because I think this is going to be O-line versus D-line. Oregon's O-line versus Penn State's D-line. Are they going to be able to get the push off the ball, or are those big Oregon boys just going to be able to move them around? And I honestly think that and I said, I've been so impressed with them. The D line's our most impressive part of the team this year. It's going to be like a heavyweight boxing match. These boys are just going to be throwing blows.
Yeah, and I mean, if we seen something from the games on the defense you don't like, is like FIU had a couple like burst running plays that were like 7-8 yards pretty quickly and easily. Yeah. They never really broke one off, but 7 and 8 against FIU could turn into 15-20 with Oregon.
Yeah, that turns into a chunk play with a better team.
And then moving on, Dante Moore, they have their new quarterback, so this is his first year starting. He's completing 78% of his passes.
That is insane.
Yeah, he is. He's got 7 touchdowns, 1 interception. Has yet to be sacked. Oregon has not been sacked yet this year.
Well, they're going to learn on next Saturday. They're going to learn that day.
Like, Penn State's obviously going to be a step up in competition for them and be the toughest defensive line they've seen. But I don't care who you're against. Like, to give up 0 sacks in 3 games.
Who are the 3 teams that they're coming off playing?
They have played Montana State, Oklahoma State, and Northwestern. So they're not coming off Murderer's Row either.
And Northwestern kind of gave that first half. Northwestern gave them a run for their money.
Yeah, I don't think they're coming off a much harder schedule. Maybe a skosh harder of a schedule than us.
Really, I would say that ours would be a little tougher than that. Montana State one is just a flopper of a game.
But Oklahoma State at least have like a Power 4 there, even though they might be the worst Power 4 team in the country.
Let's not even go into that with UCLA.
All right, fair enough. And then with Northwestern, you're at least getting a Big Ten team. We haven't faced a Big Ten team.
Yeah, but FIU is a strong non-con. They're they're one of the bigger teams that and that's always been a program that you can expect, to get 6-7 wins every year, enough to get to a bowl game. That's like that, they're no obviously Miami, they're no Florida, or Florida State, I should say, not Florida. They're no Florida State, but they're still every year wanting to get a bowl. That's their, they're still bowl. They want to be bowl bound every year. Yeah,
and they ended up beating FAU last week, and they're a Florida team, so they're always gonna have athletes. Like, so they're they're no pushover, but I feel like we handled FIU like we should have, and like we
I didn't
said,
know that
got through
school
it
was
with
in
no.
Miami. I had no idea that
Yeah,
school was in Miami. I thought it was like somewhere like in the Everglades or something like that.
it's like 15 minutes away from the University of Miami. It's crazy how close those two schools are together.
That's hilarious.
And then if we move to the receivers of Oregon, they have Malik Benson is their leading receiver right now, 161 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then they have that super freshman over there, DeCorian Moore, who's got 9 catches for 144 and a touchdown. So these guys are averaging 14 yards a catch, 16 yards a catch, 19 yards a catch, 19 yards a catch. Like chunks.
They're getting those explosive plays that we were looking for. So it'll be interesting to see how these DBs stack up in this game, because this is a wide receiver core that can catch the ball and they're quick. So
Yeah,
I mean, they're gonna have to be on their A game with those guys, because I think I on paper I would say that we have the better DBs, but on Saturday you'll never know until you see it.
right. And probably their biggest matchup nightmares, their tight end Kenyon Sadiq, who's got 5 catches, 95 yards, 2 touchdowns. This kid's 6'3", 240.
Dear Lord.
Yeah. So you're gonna ask probably King Mack or one of the safeties who's they're not tugging around 240 with him.
No. I
Or
mean, you might want to
hope
Rojas or somebody can step up and just shadow him.
Yeah, if Rojas can keep up speed wise, that might be the matchup there. But for we don't know, because none of the first 3 teams really had a tight end.
No.
How Jim Knowles' defense handles tight ends that are a focus point.
5-on-5-2 defense. Just break 5 every time. That'll slow him down a little bit. That old bear, that old monster 5-2 bear defense. There you go. That's how you do it.
I mean, if we're looking at it, I mean, it seems to be a theme for sure. Is Penn State's gonna have to stop the chunk play.
Yep.
They're gonna have to make them earn it. Go 4 or 5 yards at a time. They can't let them go 10, 15, 20 yards at a time.
Can't have those over the top plays. That's going to be the number one thing that we got to look out for, because that will be an absolute killer.
Yeah, and they had Penn State had their media availability today, the only one they're going to have this week. And there was one DB who said the plays come to them. So basically as long as they do what they're taught, everybody's a playmaker in this defense.
Right. 100%. And that's something I think you're going to look at. Then something I noticed from the Oregon Northwestern game is Northwestern in the first half went and laid the hat on them. They were group gang tackling, hitting them hard, and it looked like it might have rattled Oregon a little bit. They looked like, because I don't think they were expecting to catch those punches from Northwestern like that. So I think for this, the number one strategy for this game is you just got to come out quick and punch them in the mouth. Let them know early that this is going to be a long, long day.
It's going to be a 60-minute game, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Muddy this game up. I don't think you want to get into a shootout with Oregon.
And you've never. And that's literally that's been their thing for years now. Not even this. That's just been an Oregon thing. If you get into a boat race with them, they normally are going to win that race. So you got to keep it low. You got to keep it light.
I mean, that's what happened in the Big Ten championship game last year. We got into a shootout with them,
and they boat raced us.
Well, we kept it close. We didn't get boat raced. We lost by 8.
Yeah, but we
they were up 15 the entire game.
Yeah, I was about to say, okay, maybe they did boat races, but their boat was way in front of us the whole time. And they were like, we're gonna look closer.
we caught a little headwind and caught up a little bit toward the end.
Yeah, what is this? The America's Cup? Jesus. For you sailing fans out there, that one was for you guys.
But yeah, I mean, we got 2 weeks basically to dissect this matchup.
Just dwell in misery for the next 2 weeks.
We can
Yay!
we can take solace that it's really hard to lose on a bye week.
You know what? It's like kissing your sister, though. Nobody really wins.
I mean, we're not our friends over in South Bend who are 0-2.
Oh, dear. What is going on in South Bend?
We're not the orange team over there in Clemson who's 1-2.
We're not UCLA who fired their coach.
We're Virginia Tech who fired the former Penn State coach.
3 weeks in, and you're just like, you guys are out.
Yeah, we gotta hope.
Over.
We gotta hope that James Franklin doesn't have like a soft spot in his heart for Brent Pry over at Virginia Tech. See, he got canned. Like we don't need his eyes on this.
You stay over in the awe. We've got what we need. We've got Colton, Icky, and Knowles. We're just fine. You stay over there.
Like take your buyout. Go have a vacation with your kids and family.
Congratulations on making $6 million for tanking a team.
Yeah, here's $6 million to not
get
leave.
out. Here's $6 million. Please leave. Okay. Thanks. Have a great day, guys. Now there was some wild stuff around the world there. If we've got 3 minutes, we gotta wrap up here.
Right.
So, there was some crazy college football last week. I would definitely say.
Yeah, and nothing warms my heart more than a Notre Dame loss nowadays.
Just hits you right in the feels.
It does. Right, gives me that
right on the block of my blockbuster, or right on the stir of my blockbuster.
I mean, the Georgia-Tennessee game was great.
Unreal. That game was awesome.
Tennessee, there's a very good comparison between Penn State and Tennessee as like equals. Like Tennessee's the Penn State of the SEC and Penn State's the Tennessee of the Big Ten.
Oh, 100%. I can easily see that, making sense for sure. But what I thought was crazy with the UCLA thing is UCLA's quarterback was the former Tennessee quarterback. And he's probably sitting there going, what have I done?
Right.
Oh my God.
What did I do?
What have I done?
I've seen something like it opens up the transfer portal window so they can jump into the portal and it preserves their red shirt.
Really?
Because UCLA's only played 3 games this year.
Oh, that's right. It's still early. Okay, yeah, get out. Just get out. Get out. If you can, just run, brother. Run.
And there were a couple guys committed to UCLA that Penn State was pretty high on. There's a couple 4-stars. Like the recruiting class wasn't terrible that he was bringing in.
Just a terrible coach.
Right. But there's a couple 4-star recruits out there that have already
lost to New Mexico, for God's sakes. New Mexico.
The Lobos.
Literally, that means like tiger or lion in Spanish too. Like they lost or like wolf or something. I don't even know. But New Mexico, they play basketball. They don't play.
You can't lose to a team called the Lobos.
That's a low blow, is what that is. And then turns out that Arch Manning is terrible. So
yeah,
that was fun.
Like what?
That was fun to
what
find
happened
out.
there?
I don't know. All the hype maybe got to him, but yeah, it turns out he sucks.
Right. And who had the best quarterbacks being from Vanderbilt, Texas A&M,
Georgia Tech,
like all the quarterbacks that were like highly touted, like Clemson's, Klubnik, Drew for that matter.
Yeah. I was gonna I put Drew in there too.
Like all these quarterbacks that were, hey, these are the best that college has to offer. Nope. There's
not even
6
close.
other guys. These are these 6 other guys that are actually playing way better.
Absolute units. That Georgia Tech was like Charlie Hayne or something. It was Haynes King. That dude is like the modern day Tim Tebow. The way he runs, he just puts his shoulder down and goes, "I'm coming at you, man. There's not a damn thing you can do about it." He's like, "You're a quarterback? Are you sure? Are you sure you're a quarterback?"
And then the Diego Pavia at Vanderbilt.
Oh my God, slinging it.
Yeah. Just
sweet name too. Sweet name. Diego Pavia is like a sweet name. I hope he makes it to the NFL. And he goes to the Raiders. Diego Pavia Raiders jersey would just be sick.
He's got to have some good NIL deals just with a name like that.
I mean, my name is Rico Suave.
Basically.
My name is Diego Pavia. I play football for the Vanderbilt. Demon. Or what are they? Demon Deep? No. Vanderbilt. Or
Commodores.
Commodores, that's it. I was thinking of Wake Forest.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think we should do Friday? Let's workshop.
I was like, I don't know what we're doing Thursday, but I'm in. Friday, I think we should break down some film. Maybe we'll break down a little film from the previous Oregon game. We'll break down a little film from the Villanova Penn State game. And then we'll make our slightly too early predictions from there, see if our brains change. And then next week, I think we just pitter-patter and get at her.
Yeah, and we can talk about Big Ten's got a couple big games this week.
Yeah, I think maybe we do like a Big Ten episode. That'd be actually kind of cool. Maybe catch a little film at the beginning and then just do a Big Ten breakdown for the rest of the episode. I think that'd be a good one.
Yeah, because we got ranked Illinois against Indiana, and then ranked Michigan against. Is Nebraska ranked? They're close if they're not.
I don't think they are, but I think they're knocking on the door.
Yeah, so that should be a good game too. I mean, we got 2. We're into the Big Ten season now. We're finally here.
It is finally upon us.
All right, so that should do it for us. Hit our. Hey, watching, like, subscribe, review, and keep showing up, guys.
Thank you guys as always. We will see you on Friday, and then